Show you a few drawings that I've been doing. So as I said last night, I chose 3 locations before coming here, and I started off on the Pelion Peninsula where the gods used to go in the summer. And what influenced why I wanted to go there was because last year when we all met in Akamas in Cyprus, I did a print after that from the myth of Daphne and Apollo, and the print is this one here, which will probably be up in the exhibition. It's a little bit hard to show you. Let's have a look, put it flat like that, and down here, there we are. Okay, so the print is, the myth is Daphne being pursued by Apollo, and she appeals to her father, who is a river, and he then gradually, she turns into a tree. And I found in Cyprus, in a little kind of museum that had a kind of cave cellar, there was an old fresco on the wall of an olive tree, and then somehow on the ground, rather like this, it felt like the encasement of where a body had laid down, and I just saw it as a figure, and I call this piece Self-Becoming Tree. So sometimes when I'm drawing and I'm thinking about the day starting, you know, it's very much, it's almost like doing a self-portrait, that you're looking for sort of, well, am I alive? You know, what am I seeing? What's my scale? Where am I? So these are of 2 drawings of what I call the morning path, and this year I've started to look more at the actual path that I'm taking, and this one is of a tree, but I'm seeing half a tree. I call it half tree, half horse, half tree. So sometimes I feel I can see parts of bodies and things that I look at. Sometimes, because of beginning to look and research about the myths, the Greek myths, I'm seeing animals and centaurs, because this Pelion Peninsula was where a lot of centaurs lived. And when I'm walking, I'm kind of thinking, and you hear a bit of a rustle, and you think, oh, yeah, okay, yes, no, I'm prepared. And so it's almost like the fear that I might feel is kind of, well, if I draw it, it's sort of, oh, well, I'm probably just as scary to somebody else, so that's fine. And then these are more of paths again. So I work quite freely and quickly, and stopping rocks. And then I went to an area where Mestdagh, where you get the monasteries on the top of these extraordinary rocks. And again, the rocks feel so much of, you know, you see bodies in them. There's another one here. So you can see the scale of it. And I followed the old monks' paths, monopatia, through this area. Nobody walks those at all. And they're very much of a human scale. They're about 1 metre wide, cobbles, and you're passing through woods, amazing trees, and they just seem so, they're guiding you through. Nobody's walking them because everybody's getting, weirdly, when you get to one of these monasteries, suddenly there's a car park and 100 coaches have got there from nowhere, and I've kind of like scrabbling up like a mountain goat. And then I came here, and this is the mountain morning at Agios Germanos, and then coming on I borrowed a kid's bike to come here, and so this is me stopping, looking at all the Prespes beans growing, the path here, and this is what we're going to be looking at the reeds. So I've been doing some prints of reeds along a canal where I live, and I just love the human scale of these and of looking through and the flickers of light, can you get through, and yet they're when we're on the bridge, this sense of each side of you, you've got this growth, and you know, it's powerful. So what we're going to do is a drawing. I have a roll here. The roll is 30 metres long and 30 centimetres high. So we're going to roll this out, and we're going to choose 3 places along the bridge that we're going to work at. I've got pens and pencils. Hopefully you've got some things to draw with as well. So we'll attempt to do 3 10-metre drawings, working on them side by side, and let's see how we go. All right? Yeah. Okay. So the first place we're going to go to is just a little bit further along. So I'll show you around a bit there.
You need any help?
Put these in together, thank you.
I like the sound.
Put the big way, that's it. You got to 10 metres yet?
No.
No.
Are you filming?
No, I'm
doing stills. And this is the best bit now. We got time with that.
That would happen again.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I don't care about workshop.
Yeah.
It's the funny thing with the public photography as well, because I just tried to get a photography.
Right, can you start to roll this way? Okay. Yeah.
Make an artwork of great value.